Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I wasn't allowed to unmute until just now. So good morning, everyone. I'm Deb Chamberlain. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Delaware. There's so many happy faces here today, and nice waves and hearts. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who came to our house concert on Zoom Friday. Wow, what a turnout. What a beautiful showing of support and love. So thank you for that. I'm going to start out today's service with a couple of nice, easy songs to ease you in through some beautiful messages from Reverend Kathleen. This first song is called Nothing But the Truth. Starting. One more? No more. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to be back in a little bit, and I'm going to turn it over to Candace.
Welcome everybody to Centers for Spiritual Living Delaware, who was not here for the meditation. So happy you're here to join us today. What a blessing to be together. We are practicing spiritual vision this year, and this month we've been practicing cosmic connections. And today that we are stepping into the awareness of building bridges and how powerful and important and valuable that is. And that's what we're doing here as we begin in this gathering, making our cosmic connections with each other. So knowing that we are blessed. So I invite you to just close your eyes as we enter into the more expansive realm of the divine reality. Breathing in deeply, exhaling. And as we make that connection with the divine, knowing that there is only one divine, there is only one life, there is only one power, there is only one peace, one intelligence, one love, and knowing it is divine order and harmony. It is the interconnectedness of all things. It is good. It is that good which flows through itself as the creative expression of itself. And knowing it is born of and infused with unconditional love. So breathing deeply into this truth of no separation, this omnipotence, this omnipresence, this omniscience of life itself, God, the one, the universal consciousness. I know I am one with this, and I speak this for everyone here and everything beyond, knowing that we are each individualized expressions of this good, of this beauty, of this grace, of this power. And that power is within each one of us to bring forth more of what we are. Love, love energy, beauty, grace, peace, and harmony. And knowing as we come together the power of this communion, the power of this cosmic connection informs and brings great strength of transformation, of evolution, as a release of that which binds, that which fears, into the light of this grace, of this love. We are here to know this good. We are here to be this good. And we are here to share this good. And I'm so grateful for this beautiful center that we co-create together in that cosmic connection, in that cosmic consciousness, to be the beneficial presence on this planet. Living, breathing, knowing, experiencing, and expressing love. And so I give my thanks for this gathering, for everyone who has come here today, who has said yes to this invitation to be present, to grow and expand together, to know our unity. I'm so grateful for everyone who has participated and bringing this service into being, particularly Dan and Michelle, whom without we would not be able to communicate with each other on this Zoom platform so graciously. So thankful for them. So thankful for Tom and Deb with her magnificent music, and Shaya and her sharing, and Jen for all that she brings to the service today, Linda Cooper for the reading, and of course our beloved and expansive, beautiful and graceful Reverend Kathleen for the powerful message that she shares with us as greater illumination into the greater yet to be, that we are all walking on as a path together. And so I give my thanks for all this good that is taking place today. I know it is good and very good. And so I invite us all together to say, yes, and so it is. Amen. And now I pass this on to the beloved and blessed, who we are so grateful for, Reverend Dr. Kathleen Johnson.
Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Deb. What a beautiful, beautiful start to our service today. Good morning, everyone. I invite all of you to join me in a high invocation to really, speak this after me. So repeat after me this beautiful affirmation of our truth. I am that I am.
I am that I am.
My beloved God presence, I am.
My beloved God presence, I am.
Is moving through me and as me.
Is moving through me and as me.
I invoke the divine presence.
I invoke the divine presence.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To fill every cell of my body with light.
To surround me with a pillar of light.
To surround me with a pillar of light.
To fill all of my affairs with
To
light.
fill all of my affairs with light.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
I allow the pure light and love of the divine.
To flow from me.
To flow from me.
And move me.
And move me.
To be of highest service.
To be of highest service.
For all life.
For all life.
I joyfully bring love and healing.
I joyfully bring love and healing.
To all beings.
To all beings.
Who enter my field of awareness.
Who enter my field of awareness.
For the enlightenment of all.
For the enlightenment of all.
And so let us accept this truth with a vibrant
Yes,
and so it is. Lovely. Now I would like to turn this over to our dear friend, Tom Clark.
Yay! Thank you so much, Reverend Kathleen. That was beautiful. What an enlightening start to the announcements here. And as we move on here, we're going to be saying the reading after me, the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware intention statement. We, the Center for Spiritual Living Delaware, are a welcoming, vibrant, inclusive spiritual community rooted in new thought, ancient wisdom principles. We are here to be the presence of love and to co-create heaven on earth, a world that works for all. Thank you to all who attended Deb and Robert's concert Friday night. What a wonderful time and a privilege to be present and to witness two master musicians sharing their songs of love and life. I will have to say I'm sorry if you all noticed Deb played favorites with me and gave me the best seat in the house. But everybody knows that all the events that the center has, as well as the classes, everyone who attends will have a front row seat. Please join me in saying thank you, and everyone is invited to go to YouTube and type in Deb Chamberlain, and Chamberlain is Chamberlin, to purchase and sample their music. So thank you again, Deb. It was a magical time, and we all enjoy the interaction and love you very, very much. At this time, the Young Spiritual Masters meet today, and I'd like to bring Shia on to say some words here. Hello, Shia.
Hey, good morning. Hi, good morning, everybody. Again, it was a pleasure this morning meeting with all my friends. I had Lawson was with me, and Jalen and Jackson and Sky. It was just really, really wonderful to see everybody. It seems so far in between these 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to the next one, which is going to be in November. And November brings a lot of really great things to talk about, like gratitude and family and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to share really quick our affirmation that we created today. You see that? So the children, we had a moment that everybody created on their own while we listened to some really wonderful, inspiring music about the power that we have inside of us being creators. So these are the pieces that the children worked on. I was able to get some actual photographs of some of them. Jalen, I'm still waiting for, so we'll get a little bit better of a picture before I send it out to everybody. But again, it was a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing more and more people, more and more kids joining us as we continue on in this way. And thank you very much for allowing me to do this. It is my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Shia. What a blessing it is to have you with our children. And we are so internally grateful and love you so much. At this time, I'd like to introduce the next social justice initiative, Ministry Lunch and Learn. And today from 12 to 1. It will be held on the same Zoom line used for our service. And Jen, would you like to come aboard here and say a few things?
Yes, thank you, Tom. I'd like to invite everybody to join me today from 12 to 1. My name's Jen Lyons. I'm part of the Social Justice Initiative Ministry. And today we're going to share, discuss, learn, and grow regarding creating greater awareness and intention around developing a positive identity, a positive racial identity. So please join me. We're going to have lots of fun and discussion, and it will be an opportunity to learn and grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. We love you, and thank you for all that you do for the center and for your initiative here. Our next teen group meeting is November 5th from 7 to 8:30. Reverend Bill Marchoni is the facilitator. Mary Kegelman and/or Lucinda Elam will be present as teen advisors. All teens are welcome, as well as adults who are interested in becoming teen advisors. There is no cost to participate, however, registration is required. Starting November 10th, our beloved Reverend Kathleen Johnson will facilitate a new course called Mental Equivalence. Participants will learn how to tap into a state of true potential by activating the power law of mental equivalence. Join this class and discover how to measure and expand your thinking to create a larger mental image so your greatest desires may demonstrate. The class will meet virtually for 5 Tuesdays from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. $45 registration fee is due by November 6th. Tuition is $125 for required textbooks. And the mental equivalence is by Emmett Fox. Scholarships are also available. And here's a bargain. The Science of Mind magazine has a special limited time offer. Purchase a 12-month digital subscription for $14.95. That's just $1.25 a month. Our center will be rewarded $5 for each digital subscription purchase. The offer ends December 31st, 2020. Consider purchasing a subscription for yourself and/or blessing others with them as a holiday gift. Please refer to our website under the Get Involved tab or our newsletter for details on these and other events and activities. And then I'd like to bring my sweet
Tom, you muted yourself. Your mouth is moving, but we don't hear you.
That's sad, isn't it?
Don't know what you said, but.
Do you want me to go back over and say I shouldn't I?
You said I want to bring, and that's what we heard last.
Okay. Well, the next teen group meeting is November 5th from 7 to 8:30. Boy, what practice I had.
Tom, it's the show.
It's just at the very end.
We heard you all the way to the end.
All the way to the end.
Yeah, it was just handing it over to the next person.
Oh, okay.
I actually think it was Jen that muted me. Jen, did you do that?
I was trying to mute Jen, and I muted you. Sorry.
So we're going to refer to our website under the Get Involved tab or our newsletter for details on these and other events and activities. And I'd love to bring Deb in here for our next song, which is going to lead us all together.
That's right. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to also say, if you missed the concert on Friday, there is going to be a recording available. We're just kind of working on that all out. So we'll be in touch with you about that. So this song we all know, let's all sing. We're all in this together. Big hearts. You guys are so animated. I love it. Thank you so much. I want to bring it back to Linda Cooper, I think, right? For our reading. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Deb. Good morning, everyone. So great to be with here today with you all and see all your smiling, lovely faces and hear all your voices. This year's theme is 2020 Spiritual Vision, and our theme for October is Cosmic Connections. Today's topic is Bridges That Last. In the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1, it is written, "How good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity." And Ernest Holmes, a Holmes reader on change on page 32, writes, No greater good can come to you than to know that the power already within you is the power to live, the power to create, not only to create for yourself, but for others, the power to do good, the power to heal, the power to prosper. You are to realize that the power within you is a divine authority. It is a dispenser of the divine gifts. It is a giver of life, of joy. It proclaims the kingdom of heaven, the harmony of the soul, and the unity of all being. So let's speak our affirmation together, please. Today, I celebrate that we are all cosmically created to each other by a power greater than all of us. I allow that power, God, to reflect through me as love, wisdom, generosity, and compassion, and it comes back to me multiplied. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. It was beautiful. So bridges that last. You know, I decided to look up the bridges, the world's oldest bridges, and I thought, well, I wonder what the oldest bridge is that is still in use. And so let's have a drum roll. Everybody do your drum roll. We'll find out what it is. It is actually a stone single arch bridge that goes over the River Meles in Izmir, Turkey. And it dates back to, listen to this, 850 BC. 850 BC. That is almost 2,900 years old, still in use. So how, and you know, there are many, many other old bridges still in use, but that is the oldest on record. So how is it that these oldest bridges have been able to stand the test of time, you know, with war and all the other things? How have these particular bridges made it? Well, it starts with a strong vision. Someone or some group of people had to have a strong vision at some point in time where they wanted to get to the other side. They wanted to connect with the people on the other side. And then, you know, it had to be built on a strong design, a design that was intelligent, that was well crafted, that worked with the physical laws, and was stable and long lasting. And then it had to be built on a strong foundation. In this case, this particular bridge was made out of stone. And the foundation, of course, is the earth, but that stone structure that bridged one side to the other. And then also the right materials. So the same can be said about building our relationships with one another and with our communities, with our spiritual community, and, you know, even beyond, as we bridge out and connect with others across the planet. You know, this thing that we call the Christ consciousness matrix is a great example of bridges of light and relationship that we built on a cosmic level, cosmic connections. And so the strong foundation, let's go back to our spiritual community, the strong foundation on which our community is built on spiritual truth, spiritual teachings that have stood the test of time. The design of our spiritual community, we have a care structure in place of a leadership that is based on servant leadership. And we have leader champions that care for the leaders and leaders that care for the members of the community. So we have a care structure, beautiful design. And then the right materials. I was just thinking about this. How would that translate in relationship? Well, to me, that's the right substance that binds us together. And so we are people of substance. We are people of love and peace and joy and harmony, people of the vibrations of the Most High God. That's being truly a substantial presence of the divine here on this planet. And I also like to think of ourselves as bridges between heaven and earth, where ideas in the mind of God can become manifest through us and as us in this world. So this idea of the bridges of relationship, bridges throughout the community, the Christ consciousness bridges with people all over the planet, and all built to last. So today I want to talk about actually several different talking points. The first one is better together than alone. I'm going to go back into why is it that, that is the truth. Building bridges within our community that last, that has to do with, not spreading gossip, complaints, and rumors. Another one will be building bridges within community that last, the triple filter test. And building bridges within community that last, creating a go direct culture. Now, those of us who have been around here for a long time are familiar with the go direct culture. However, I think it is really good, and I know it's always good for me to go back over these elements, because it is in dealing with our differences, our uniqueness, the challenges that we sometimes have in relationship. Because we're unique, we have different preferences. And so being skillfully learning how to lovingly work through these differences is really important to build community relationships that last. Better together than alone. Let's do that first. So just notice in the process of creation over the millennia, how on this particular planet, it began, well, actually in the universe, Adam being magnetized to Adam. And then over time, atoms became molecules, right? And then molecules were attracted to molecules, and more and more complex structures. And then cells attracted to cells, forming these very complex organisms that our human body is, and the bodies of other creatures on the planet. And now this greater organism of human attracted to human working together with human. And initially it was competitiveness, and there still is a lot of that present. Our group is competing with your group. And we know that the next evolution of social structure is going to be collaboration, cooperation. There's a lot of it in place already. Collaboration and cooperation across the board, all working together. So why is that so important? Because what we have found is that the seeds of our individual potential grow more quickly in a resonant field of loving community, right? Those of you who've been around for a while, you know that this is true. We fulfill our soul's purpose, and we self-actualize by actually joining genius to genius, the genius within each one of us, to the genius of others, which we know is the genius of the divine, the grand genius of the universe. Genius fusing together with genius explodes into creativity, into freedom, and into great leaps in consciousness. So better together, we're better together. And so what is the principle here? This principle is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Together we create beyond what we can do alone. And then we're liberated when we align with others who hold a vision like we do, the betterment of all, the betterment of all. So our spiritual community is built to last, as I said before. We've talked about our foundation and the spiritual teachings of science of mind, which are really based on ancient wisdom teachings that have stood the test of time. And we are together co-creating a culture of love. We're very intentional about that. It's in our mission statement that we say every Sunday. And so learning to relate to each other in loving ways. So as a result, we are building bridges of love between one another, building a bridge between heaven and earth and between each other. However, things sometimes get in the way because of our uniqueness, because of the baggage that we bring from the past, ways of relating that maybe aren't so healthy. And so let me give you an example of this. There's a story, it's a Hasidic story of a woman who came to her rabbi, and she was really distraught because what she had done is she had spread some rumors about one of her neighbors, and it had just gone wild, it spread, and she could see the destructive nature of it, and she wanted to make amends. So the rabbi gave her this suggestion. He said, I recommend that you go home, take several feather pillows, take them out on a windy day, and let the feathers just spread far and wide, and then come back to me when you're done. So she came back to him, and she said, okay, so what's next? He said, now I want you to go out and collect every single feather. And she said, that's impossible. By now, those feathers have spread so far and wide. How could I ever do that? And he said, well, that's my point. He said, when we gossip, complain, and spread rumors, they get out there and they simply cannot be fully gathered back. The extent of damage may never be known. And so my counsel to you is never spread gossip or complaints again. Wow, that's a good message for all of us, isn't it? It's the power of our word. And so it's many of us have been brought up doing this kind of thing, it's just the way it is. So we're learning new habit patterns, and we can't totally make amends for things we've done in the past. We do our best, but new habit patterns, the habit pattern of not spreading this kind of thing. So that helps to build strong bridges of relationship that last. The triple filter test, another way that we can build bridges that last. And this is a story about how one day when a friend of Socrates came up to him, a man came up to him and said, Socrates, do you know what I heard about your friend Sam? I'm going to use the word Sam, the name Sam. And Socrates said, well, before you tell me anything, I'd like you to pass the triple filter test. And he said, oh, okay. And he said, the first filter is goodness. Is what you are telling me, it's truth. The first filter is truth. Is what you are telling me are you absolutely sure that it's true? And so the man thought about it and he said, well, no, I'm not really sure it's true. And Socrates said, okay, so the next filter is goodness. Are you sure that what you're about to tell me is good? Something good about this person? And he said, oh, absolutely not. It's not a very good thing. And Socrates said, okay, third filter, usefulness. Is what you're about to tell me useful to me at all? And the man said, well, not really. And so Socrates said, well, if what you're about to tell me is neither true, nor good, nor useful, then why tell me at all? a beautiful principle to remember. Is it true? Is it good? Is it useful? So if it doesn't pass any of those tests, then it's better left unsaid. Another beautiful principle to remember. So now we get to, so what do we do then? What do we do if we have a disagreement? If there's something that is not settling well with us, and we want to continue to build healthy relationships, strong bridges of relationship within our community, what do? We create a go direct culture. That's what we've been cultivating over these years in our community, a go direct culture. Going direct means that whenever there is a Center for Spiritual Living Delaware related problem, you go direct to the person who can truly help you with the problem. And generally it's the person that you're having a disagreement with, right? You go directly to that person. There's a scripture actually in the book of Matthew. It's chapter 18 and verse 15. And it is the go direct principle written a long time ago. It basically says that if you have a conflict with another person, that you go alone to him or her and talk about it. It doesn't say that you talk to a whole bunch of other people before you get there. So going to other people, we know there's a psychological term for this. It's called, when to gossip and to complain and so on, it's called triangulation. We know triangulation set up this persecutor, rescuer, and victim type thing that we know is so unhealthy for relationships. So go direct is really the healthy way to handle these kinds of things. So going direct also implies that we handle the issue ASAP, as soon as possible. And Mary Manamorsey has a beautiful term for that. She calls it shovel while the pile is small. Shovel while the pile is small. Take care of it immediately, as soon as possible. Don't let it fester. And the other thing is, so that has to do with quickly, handle it quickly. The second one is about openness. If someone comes to you complaining about a Center for Spiritual Living Delaware situation and says, keep this confidential, that the health and the well-being of our community. So you would say to them, the health and well-being of our spiritual community is dependent on issues and concerns like this being out in the open. Openness is what we're talking about. So that this information needs to go to the appropriate person who can address it. So you ask them, please go directly to, whoever the person is. Now, personal issues are 100% confidential. We're not talking about that. We're talking about when people are holding confidentiality around things in the center that interfere with a healthy community. The community, there's communication about issues that are going on. So there's that. And also, have you ever had somebody come up to you, and I have, this has been quite a while since this has happened, but 3 people coming up and saying, 3 people have come to me complaining about, there's somebody who's standing there in front of me. And so basically what I would say is, please encourage the 3 people to either talk to me or talk to the person, whoever is involved, the person that they have a complaint about or the situation. And I can only talk about the concerns that you have. You talk with the person who's in front of you about their concerns. This is all about go direct. We build lasting bridges of relationship in our spiritual community by handling disagreements and complaints then quickly, shovel while the pile is small, openly, no gossiping, spreading rumors, or keeping things confidential that are related to our community. And then go directly to the person who can do something about the issue. So then what do we do about the times when our buttons are pushed? You know, we know, and we have a little suspicion that maybe it has to do with a belief, because we've been learning that you know, our life experiences are mirrors of what's going on inside of us. So that's when we go direct inside ourselves. We first of all take time to reflect on, you know, what's going on within me that's causing me to react so much. I know I've had to do that over and over again over the years. It's really important work, because here's the thing. Here's an example. If we are hurt because someone spoke harshly or judgmentally to us, where are we being harsh and judgmental to ourselves? You know, that's a great example of the kind of inner work that we want to do. And here is where one of our ministers or practitioners can support you. You know, they've been trained for quite a few years. They are licensed to support people in spiritual guidance in issues like this. And so the thing is, you know, we said we'll go directly to the person. Well, maybe you need some counsel before you go directly to the other person. And that's where our practitioners and ministers can help you, and help you come up with a strategy or a plan, and do some prayer work to support you. So if after having done that, gone to gone within, gone direct with yourself, gone to get help from one practitioner, not all of them, one practitioner, then there are 4 questions to ask yourself before going direct. Listen to this. Is the issue any of my business? How about that one? Does it really matter to the overall health, you know, of the community? And can I say what I have to say with love? I mean, in other words, with concern for the well-being of the other person. And is the other person willing to, or able to, listen to me, to really hear me? And if you know someone has a hard time, they tend to be a very defensive type person, it might be a challenge. And that's where mediation really helps. You know, having someone who has some mediation skills, one of our practitioners, to let the 2 of you talk with each other and just kind of act as a mediator. So handling these situations is so important, my friends, because we truly want to build relationships that last and to grow. You know, if we are all intent on growing in love, in growing in all aspects of ourselves, and truly radiating the vibration of light and love that is the divine, then it requires some willingness to do the inner work, and to take the time to have conversations with others to clear up some of these things. So if we say yes to all of those 4 things, going direct has a great potential of being mutually beneficial to both parties. So realizing, again, that we are all better together, that is a very important thing to remember. Going direct takes spiritual and emotional strength, there's no doubt about it, and maturity, but it is essential for building bridges of healthy relationships and healthy community, and to support our well-being and growth. The Dalai Lama once said something very important about friendships, about friends. He said, there are those who are easy to love and easy to forgive. And then there are our sacred friends, those who call us to greatness, but who are difficult to deal with. It is through our relationships with our sacred friends, that we have the opportunity to truly release the barriers to love. Van Jones once said, when it's harder to love, love harder. So that, my friends, is that I should say are some really powerful principles to support all of us in building bridges that last. So thank you, my friends. And so it is. Amen. And so now I'd like to again reintroduce you to Deb Chamberlain.
Wow. That was perfect. Thank you, Reverend Kathleen. Have you seen the news today? Does it matter anyway? Somewhere someone's suffering. What difference does our knowing bring if we don't feel it in our hearts? The difference caring will impart to be the love we wish to see that saves our own humanity. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. We want to feel safe in this world. So does every other boy and girl. A place to live and call your own. Should we all not have that home? I'm standing here, you're standing there. For all the same things everywhere. There's nothing you want that I don't. Let's build a bridge and we can show that with one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul, we are better together. We're unbreakable, we're unshakable, and together we are unstoppable. We are all made of love by the one above who creates through us forever and ever. We are one heart, one mind, one soul. We are better together. With our one heart, one mind, one soul. We are better together, together forever. We're better together. Better together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Better together. Thank you so much. And I'd like to bring back Tom, our angel on earth.
Thank you, Deb. Show your love for Spirit working through our spiritual community by going to the CSL Delaware homepage and clicking on the PayPal button and making a donation, or by sending CSL Delaware a check. We love and appreciate you. Also, CSL Delaware has a benevolence fund to support members of our community during the time of COVID-19. Mark your donation, Benevolent Fund. If you find yourself in need of assistance, please reach out to any member of the Board of Trustees. Contact information is on our website and the newsletter. If you want prayer with Candace, write in the chat box in the chat, and Michelle will put you in a breakout room. You can also send your prayer requests by phone or email to Peggy Fry Moyer, and the practitioners will pray for you for 1 week. Want to get connected to the spiritual community? Stay on Zoom after the service. Stay logged in to Zoom, grab something to eat, and join back at 12 for today's social and initiative ministry lunch and learn. And next week is daylight savings time. It ends. So please remember to fall back, which means we gain an hour's sleep. And I'll use a little play on words here. If a wake-up call is what you need, I'll virtually Zoom over and wake you up. And I like to bring Deb back and sing our last song, We Are a Family, which we are.
Yes, we are. So you know this song, so sing along at home. Feel free to dance, whip it up. This goes out to everyone in the CSL Delaware community and beyond.
And my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. Got my brothers and my sisters with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing.
So fun. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again soon. And I'd love to bring back our beloved Reverend Kathleen.
I say, all right. That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Deb, and everybody for your participation. So much fun to see all of you. So I would like to, first of all, just remind you of the power of prayer. And so Candace has offered prayer. So if you are wanting a little extra boost today, I certainly invite you to take advantage of that, because it is truly a gift. And let's end with prayer. So just repeat after me. Perfect God within me.
Perfect God within me.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Perfect life within me, which is God.
Come forth into expression through me.
Come forth into expression through me.
As that which I am.
As that which I am.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
Lead me ever on the path of all-inclusive love.
And cause me to see.
And cause me to see.
The infinite good.
The infinite good.
So let's embrace that truth with a vibrant yes, and so it is. Namaste, my friends. Have a beautiful day.
All right. Okay, everybody. If you would like to unmute yourself to say goodbye. In the world.